Well, good morning. I don't think there's anything better than seeing a ZR1 in the morning. Yes, we're heading back to a car show, Cars and Coffee Southlake at the Texas Gun Experience, and I am freaking stoked because it's been a hot minute. I actually used to look like this. Yeah, I cleaned myself up a little and it was very much needed. I worked out of the house for 2 months already and I don't know how long that's going to continue. I got kids, so it actually works out great because they've been out of school for a while as well because of this whole thing. I'm just happy to get back out there, guys, because boy, oh boy, the weather looked absolutely crap on my phone for a couple of days leading up to this, and I was like, okay, great. I made an Instagram post even the day before the show, and it ends up looking like this, which means overcast. I did see a couple of spots where it was raining, but it looks like we're gonna have no rain at the show, which is exactly what I want. Overcast is great. That sounds great too. Absolutely epic, man, that ZR1. I need to pass it again and see the front end. I'm gonna give this guy a thumbs up real quick. Man, that stance on that thing is absolutely glorious. That is beautiful. And of course over here we got a Mustang GT. Great car too. Gotta pay attention though, because there's people merging. What year is it? Looks like it's up to 17 right there. How much money do you want to bet that those guys are going to the exact same spot I am going? It's probably a pretty safe bet. I mean, they're heading in this direction. They're going to Cars and Coffee Southlake. Hands down. All right. 55 mile an hour. Oh no, I was making great time and now I have to slow down. Definitely not part of that ticket gang, so we're gonna go all the way over to the slow lane. Lift my foot off the gas pedal and slow down. No, I'm not slowing on that much. This is as slow as I'm gonna go. Turn the cruise control on? No, that is also not what I want to see. Freaking rain on my windshield. Just a little bit though, not too bad. People probably wondering why I'm driving the Passat GT instead of the Mustang. Well, I just felt like driving the Passat today. I actually haven't driven this car for 2 weeks because I don't drive to work. I don't have to drive this car. If that makes any sense. Of course, the Mustang has been sitting as well. I make sure that I drive that car at least once a week because the battery's actually not that hot on it. So I did drive for 2 weeks and I started it up and it was like, I don't know if I want to start. And I go, no! I did have a cool encounter in the Mustang though. Let me show you that. Here comes that ZR1 again because I'm going slow. Oh man, that sounds good. There comes the Mustang. That sounds good too. And we can follow suit because end road work, hell yeah. So anyway, the story, I look in the back view mirror and I see a 280Z and I see that it's kind of a ratty 280Z. So already like the back hairs started to come up. Main Street shit, that's our exit. Better pay attention, boys. Pay attention. And this is what happens with this thing, you know? I get distracted all the freaking time. It was their exit too. See, I knew that they were going this way. I freaking knew it. Oh, that is just ecstasy. Anyway, the story. Neck hairs start to rise, right? I'm like, dude, this car is not what it seems. The light turns green and this guy revs it up and he gets on it. And I'm like, okay, dude, sweet. So I'm getting on it as well. And holy crap, guys. This car stayed on me. You know, he fell back a little bit, but stayed on me. And I heard that turbo spool and I was like, yes. You know, he wasn't, I don't think, optimally tuned, unfortunately, because otherwise he would have blown right past me, unless he kind of sandbagged it. But it didn't give me that idea, because he didn't really close the gap. I kind of pulled away from him a little bit. So I think he wasn't tuned right, not to its maximum potential. Really, really cool, though. I mean, it brought a big smile to my face. It is the best thing in the world. Yeah, see, I knew it. I knew it. It's probably their first time. Oh, no, they passed. Huh. Maybe they didn't know that they would have to take this entrance point over here. We'll find out. It's kind of weird though that they go the exactly same route and then don't end up making this turn. Ooh, yes, it is nice and busy. Just what I want to see. I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Gotta wait up here. Take a leisurely stroll across the road. And I'm gonna park where I parked last time, if that route is not taken. Oh! New. Actually, I think I parked over here, which makes sense. That's where I'm going to park my car. Okay. Don't screw up your wheels, boy. Oh, I keep forgetting that this car has a rear view camera, which my Mustang, of course, does not. Ooh, come on, guy. So I constantly end up just using my mirrors like I used to. Perfect. That's the wonders of new cars. They have that backup camera, which is really, really cool. It's like an added thing to look back. Anyway, we're going to shoot a car show, people. So I'll see you when I see you.
Everything that brought me alive. Though we're all like monsters, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a lover's fight without an alibi. You took my innocence without an alibi. monsters, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a lover's fight without an alibi. You took my hands without an alibi.
Alright guys, we're back in the car. Turned the AC on because it is nice and warm out. Got sweaty again, but that's partially because of the slider rig, of course. So, best of show. This is going to be a very, very hard one because there's a lot of freaking cool cars out there that you usually don't see. The Amphi car is of course one of them, but another thing, there was a Seat Leon there, and everyone was scratching their head going, what the heck is that? And I'm like, dude, that's a Seat. It's like a cheap, quote-unquote, Volkswagen. Because if you get the higher up ones, they're still about as expensive too. Just a Golf GTI will always be more expensive than the higher end Seat Leon, because that's just the way it is. So they came from Mexico. There's a couple of Mexican cars there, and I love that stuff, you know, completely out of left field, completely also focused on European cars and like the stanced cars completely down to the lower ground. I mean, it's amazing just to see those cars out there, and amazing how you get kind of attracted to that. Also, GTV6, one of my all-time favorites, and last but not least, the Lancia Delta Integrale, the yellow one. God, that is just glorious. One of my all-time favorite cars ever is that hot hatch from Europe. Very cool. So, exit shots. You've already seen him at the time I'm talking about him, but the police was out in force. Probably because people go crazy. When the police was gone, people still, you know, they opened up the taps, got a couple of good shots in, and they don't go too crazy. But yeah, it kind of tempers the thing. So I was actually standing on the corner and I was doing this. Now, in case you don't know what that is the biker talk for there's a cop up ahead, so slow down. So if you don't know that, please know that when I'm standing on the corner and I'm doing this and I'm pointing or just doing this, there's a cop where you're going. So keep it down, keep it slow, keep it respectable. You should always do that, but with a cop around, you should definitely just, you know, keep it a little bit slower than usual so you don't end up with a talking to or maybe a ticket. So, all in all, I'm happy that I'm back. One of the things I still need to talk about, channel update. Actually, I don't know where I'm at. I need to look, because I was super close, and then, you know, how YouTube does the fluctuating thing, so I need to double check this, making sure that we are either there or not. No, so if you wonder what YouTubers I watch, one of the YouTubers that I watch, and that's like, he's living my dream essentially, Evan Shanks. He's freaking awesome. I just saw him on here and I figured I'd give him a shout out. Not that it really matters because he's like 700,000 subscribers and I'm like at, drum roll please, my channel, we are at 8.8K. Right there. I don't know if you can see it, glare and all, but 8,800, which means that we're officially 1,200 away from that 10,000 goal. Still working towards that. I crunched the numbers because I actually work with numbers for a living, quoting and stuff like that. So I crunched the numbers and it looks like that there is a chance that we might make this before 2021, so in December. If not, it'll be the first quarter of 2022, unless YouTube does something weird, which YouTube does stuff weird. You can gain 1,200 subscribers inside a week. Heck, I bet there's people doing it in a day. Now, obviously, I've been doing this for a while, so I know kind of the trends, but there's always a chance that I make it sooner or later. YouTube does that too. All I know is that we're back in the game. Car community is strong. Lots of great people that I met again, talked to again. Lots of great cars. I'm happy that you were out there. I'm happy to be back. And as always, I'll see you on the flip side. Oh yes, and the outtakes are coming up right now, which they're probably going to be a lot because there's wind. Take care.